Hi, and welcome to Sci-Fi-Vision for June 1st. And I don't know why I forgot the countdown, but we're on. Why does it not? Oh, sometimes I don't know. Every there we go. It started. Appreciate you coming. We're going to be talking about this week's Dead City, which is, of course, I had to look. The bird always knows. Laurie should be along in a minute, and I will, I guess, start talking about it a bit until she gets here, so that we can get started. So I didn't mind this episode, and I guess the part to me about the episode that was best was the end, or near the end too, because I was glad that Navarus is gone. That's part of it. Also, kind of glad the Dama's gone. I mean, granted, the Dama's the villain, quote unquote villain, so it makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, Navarus was kind of getting on my nerves. I think she was getting on a lot of people's nerves. So definitely glad that she is gone. Because she was a problem for Maggie, but now at least that is straightened around. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat trying to figure out why it's just nobody's chatted anything, I guess. But if you're just joining us and haven't been here before, please make sure that you join our Discord. I'm putting the link in the chat now. Oops. Every week before we do this live stream, we have a watch party in Discord. It will be at 10 p.m. Eastern on Sundays now, because now our show is going to be at 11, obviously, on Sundays, now that we're using StreamYard again. Thank you to NDB Media for letting me fit it there on the schedule. But yeah, so our show is going to be on Sunday now. But tomorrow, there's Laurie. Let me bring her in here. Hold on one second. There you go. Hello. Laurie, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Okay, I was going to say you should be able to. I didn't do anything. As I was about to say, on Mondays though, we still do at midnight. I still have Midnight Murderbot with Scarlet, and of course on Tuesdays is our roundup live stream, which is going to be no more jokes of us, which is going to be the season finale of Doctor Who, as well as Surreal Estate, and then on Thursday at 11 we still have our show for the Librarians, the next chapter. But there will not be a Last of Us live stream this week, since it is unfortunately over. But so make sure you check all that out. Make sure you check out Laurie's channel as well, Real Cinema Therapy. And if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to hers as well. And make sure you give this video a like and leave us some comments. And we appreciate it. But so welcome, Laurie.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello. Why don't we start by, since I sort of told them what I thought before you came in, what did you think of this episode?
Hi, Jamie.
Hello. Whoops, I'm echoing on your end.
Yeah, just 1 second.
Okay, wait, I gotta grab my speaker. Somehow it ended up way behind my computer. There we go. Got it?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at the chat. I'm just trying to see the chat here.
Okay, you should be able to see it in StreamYard. Can you see it okay? It's under comments.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. Yes. Okay. Great.
I know you haven't been, I don't think, into StreamYard. I don't know if you have yet to use it that way, but it should work, and you should.
Yeah, I see it now. Very good.
I think we should be able to see each other's too, but I'm not entirely sure.
I don't think so. I think I'm only seeing yours. That's why I was wondering. Okay, no problem. What did I think of the episode? I thought it was good. I think, I have some gripes with it. I guess when we get to it, I can talk about it a little bit. I really liked the Croat in this episode. I liked that they kind of fleshed out his character a little bit. That we're finding out more about what he really wants. That he wants to really be in charge. That the Dharma was holding him back in many ways, and he found a way out. So I kind of liked his arc in this episode a lot. What did you say? I missed what you said. What
No,
were you
I
saying?
was just saying I was glad that Navarez and the Dama were dead. That was
Oh,
pretty much my main comment.
well, I kind of think that the Dama, I think they killed her off too soon. I have to be honest. We don't we don't know exactly what happened with Herschel. That's still a big question mark. You know,
That's
we
right.
don't we didn't see the scene where she cuts his toe off. You know, we didn't
No,
see a
yeah.
lot of stuff. So I just think it was too soon the way they killed her off right now. And as
I
far as
agree.
Navarez, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree with you in that sense. But even if she's dead, we can still see flashbacks, I assume.
Yeah, but I don't
That
know
was
if it would have the same weight, though. You
maybe
know?
not. I don't know. But I do still want to see what happened with Herschel with that. I agree with you there.
Oh yeah,
I just kind of assumed it didn't matter whether she was dead. I think it is a little surprising that they killed her. I mean, they did the same thing with Daryl Dixon show the last season. They killed the main villain before the end of the show. But we've had her since last season, and I kind of didn't love the villain anyway, so I don't know. It worked for me. Hey, Fletcher, welcome. And welcome, Muncher Luncher
hi,
and Kimberly.
hi,
But
Kimberly, hi,
yeah,
Fletch,
yeah, she's not
Muncher
been my
Luncher.
favorite
Go ahead.
villain.
I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm just saying she's not been my favorite villain. So I don't, I, in that sense, am glad she's gone. I don't know how it'll play out. I just am annoyed by her. Let's put it that way.
You by
Um,
the Dama? You were
by
annoyed
the
by the
Dama,
Dama?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, I was annoyed by her. I didn't love her as a villain, but I do love how the one thing I do like about this episode, other than the deaths, is I do like how Negan has been constantly pitting them against each other, and it finally paid off.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah.
Well, you know, yeah, he was very smart. He he figured out a way to divide and conquer them, which was great.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that he had to kill her pet to do it, but uh,
Yeah.
that's what my only gripe. Oh yeah, and my other gripe is, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm being silly, but the Crot makes a point later of saying, I let the kids and the women and children live, which I don't know that I believe him, but it's like you killed the poor doggies who did nothing. Not cool.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, that's all.
I was upset the dogs died.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be, but I get it. No, I was too, and I'm like, why?
And how could the women and children live?
Unless he took them out first, he didn't. I think he just said it. But
I think he just said it too.
Yeah, I tend to think that. All right, let me get my picture up here, which now you can actually see almost all of in the frame.
Oh yeah,
we got it fixed before we started. Sorry, I keep sniffing. My nose is blood. But anyway, so what did you think? Let's start up talking about this picture. So I guess because of where they're at in, I forget it. Are they in a hotel or they're in something? I can't remember exactly. They're in a museum. That's right.
No, they are in a theater, a Broadway theater.
Oh, theater. That's right. Well, but there's a museum. Oh, that was because she put all the stuff in there from the museum, I'm guessing. I'm just remembering the stuff she showed Herschel. That's why I was thinking it was in a museum. But you're right. They are in a theater. But so he has all these suits, which almost are like costumes, but just because he's dressing up, he thinks that I don't know if he's trying to impress her. I'm not sure exactly what the point of that was. I mean, I think it was funny, but obviously whatever his plan was, it kind of backfired because she's like, you look ridiculous, or whatever she says. He looks like a bellhop. I forget what she says to him. So yeah.
But what was he doing it for her, or was he doing it for himself? Because he had a whole closet filled with suits.
Yeah, I kind of figured he did it for her, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, that was just kind of my interpretation going on there.
Yeah, I think he did it for himself.
Sorry, excuse me. I probably should turn off my camera while I do it, but my allergies are so bad, and I'm just I need Afrin. I can't breathe. And now my throat's going to taste like medicine, but at least I'll be able to breathe in a minute. So yeah, he's got a whole, I started on the second picture. He's got a whole closet, well, not a closet, a whole rack full of his suits.
Yeah.
Either way, whether it was for her or not, if it was for her, she definitely didn't appreciate it, right?
Yeah, she didn't appreciate it. I think that, I think it was like a way of saying that he wants to elevate his position. In other words, it was symbolic of him wanting more, wanting to be recognized, wanting to elevate himself. I think that's what that whole scene was about.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that he told her off for once. I mean, obviously it was kind of too little too late, but I did like at the end where he,
Yeah.
yelled at her.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. So he is busy trying on the suits whenever. I took a picture of that, even though we didn't need it, just because it looks really cool. But all the power in the town goes off. This guy's watching, obviously. He's supposed to be watching and taking care of everything.
Yeah.
But somebody hits the switchboard, first they kill him, I think, then hits the switchboard to knock it off. You can't see some of these because they're really dark, but power goes out and he's, like, what has happened? And obviously he's probably going to get blamed for it. I'm guessing he's probably thinking at this point. But he has to figure out exactly what it is that happened.
I didn't understand this part with the walker. How did the walker get up that high? Isn't he like on a higher floor?
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. There was a walker. I remember the people coming in and turning off the lights, but that's all.
Yeah, right there behind him, there's a walker. Walker.
I think that's on the other side of the glass there.
Yeah, it is. But how did the walker get there if he's high up like that? Yeah.
I kind of assumed he was on the first floor. I hadn't really thought about it, but yeah, maybe he is up higher. I hadn't thought. I guess he could. Yeah, I don't know. I just assumed it was right outside the door and really didn't think.
And he had this look on his face of like surprise that the walker was there. So I'm like, well, how did that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. If he was supposed to be up high, then I think that was probably a mistake. I didn't realize he was. Like I said, I didn't really think about it. What made you think he was up high? Did it show it, or is it just you were assuming? Or
I think they showed a glimpse of the window. And it seemed like he was higher up, but I could be wrong about that.
I don't know. I didn't pay that close of attention.
It's okay. I was just curious about the walker. That's the part that I was curious about.
I hadn't even noticed the walker behind you too. You pointed it out just now, so that's how much I knew. So sorry, I'm not.
Anyway.
Yeah, but we don't see that much of it. We go to Maggie and Herschel. And Pearlie in Central Park. Now, I wanted to ask you about this because I tried to rewatch this and I missed a couple minutes of it, so I couldn't find out for sure. But I'm not sure if I took this wrong or not, because I like I said, I missed it here on this rewatch trying to hear it again. But they're talking about, they're going to go to the church to try to get the methane because that's where Negan said it was, and that they only have a few people left, and they're talking about, can they do this, and they can do it if they don't notify them and that kind of thing. But he makes this comment about if we reach the bridge where, I forget what he says, we're taking a wrong turn. I kind of thought when I watched this the first time that because she was trying to talk to Herschel that they were kind of leading him a different way because they thought maybe he was going to go and warn them. I don't know if I just for whatever reason took it that way because I didn't really see that this time, and I didn't know if I missed it this time or I took it wrong the first time.
I'll be honest with you, this part I didn't know what he was referring to. I was very confused, so you probably understand it better than I do. So
no, well, it had been a while since I've seen it. You guys, let us know what you think in the comments. No, he said something like that if they make it to the bridge, they've taken a wrong turn at that point.
Right.
I kind of thought maybe since the whole thing with she knows that he's talking to the Dama, I thought that maybe she didn't want him to warn her that they were going to the church, so they were going in a roundabout way to try to get there. And he's well, if we don't. That's how I took it. He's kind of like, well, if we don't turn the right way by now, we're going to be way out of the way. That I don't know. That was how I took it.
I see. So she was taking them the long ways so that Herschel wouldn't be able to warn the Dama.
Right, taking them the wrong I guess the long way rather than the wrong way, but kind of trying to confuse them. And then he's like, if we get to this point, we're going to be too far. But again, I don't know if I just for whatever reason inferred that or that was what it meant because I don't know. I didn't pick up on it this time, but I didn't watch it close enough.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was very clear. The only part of it was clear was that Herschel was acting suspicious a little bit, and she was watching him. to
Yeah,
see if he was going to do something. I think it was just, I think it was just saying like, she's like very aware of him, of what he's doing. So she's keeping her eye on him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't, it makes me wonder though, because if that is the case and I am right, I would be surprised that she would have told him that. Like, didn't know that she maybe trusted him enough to tell him she was worried about her son. That's why I wasn't sure if I don't know.
I agree. I don't think she trusts Armstrong that much. I mean, because what if she did tell him that Herschel was like helping them?
Yeah.
How would he react, Armstrong? What would he do?
Yeah, I don't know. I would be worried he'd tell Navarez. That's why I kind of questioned that. But I don't know. It may have just been something I was thinking as I watched it. And so, yeah.
No, I picked up on that part. I think that she's afraid to tell him the truth because maybe he would even hurt Herschel. Who knows, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he has his own kids, so I would hope that he wouldn't and that he understands, but you never know.
Right.
So she does go off with Herschel to sit on the bench and talk to him. And they're both lying because this is where she asks him, she's like, that drawing, are you sure it was from a billboard? And he's like, yeah, that's all it was. And then he's like, what did Negan say? And she's like, oh, he just said we should go home. That's what we're doing. So they're kind of both. Maybe that's also why I took it that way too, because I thought maybe she was making them think they were going home instead of going back to the church.
Maybe.
But obviously they're both hiding and lying to each other.
Right. Right.
So yeah, they have their conversation. I think I took more pictures this time and probably took too many this time.
That's fine.
Yeah. So, well, it seems like I go back and forth between I don't take enough, and then I'm like, I'm missing this picture, or I take too many, and I'm like, click, 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 click. Yeah. So hopefully somewhere in balance.
You like the scene. That's why you took so many.
Yeah. I'll just go with that. So this is where he goes to talk to the Dama, and he sees her, talking to her rat, trying to get it to go through its maze. I don't know if there's a picture of the Briggs or not. Yeah, actually there's a picture of the maze. But he waits to go in, but the Croat does not. He goes in.
But he saw her talking to the rat.
Yes. So he knows the rat's important to her. Yeah, I mean, I think I had said before something, I can't remember if it was you or Karen that didn't think that she cared about the rat. I took it to be her pet, whether she was being mean to it or not.
Yeah.
I think this episode definitely highlights, but yeah, he's obviously got his eye on the rat at this point. But Croat comes in and he tells her, they knocked the power off. And of course, she's not happy because she says it makes him look bad and that, they need to protect the methane operation. And he's like, it's being handled. And I'm thinking, yes, if you handled it, it's not being handled, not so much. But she does yell at him and blame him. And she even throws, I think it was a glass at him. And Negan is just kind of there. That hasn't happened yet. I was trying to see. So she talks about that they need to get Christos on board as to work with them now.
Right.
I mean, they've got Bruegel, but now they need Christos. And he's the one that Negan had shocked with his bat before. And, Croat's like, oh, I'll take care of it and all that. And she's like, no, you're not going. You'll clean up your mess and let Negan go because I don't trust you anymore. So yeah, he is not her favorite anymore, and
she treats him like a child. Actually,
she does. She treats him very badly, and Negan again comments on that later in the episode, trying to get him to, fight with her, so it'll break them apart. But Negan agrees that he will go. And this is where she tells Croat that he looks like a bellhop in his suit. I actually kind of like the red suit. I'll be honest. I think it's kind of
I like it too. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. But I mean, I don't know that you need a fancy suit in an apocalypse. Just saying. But it's not a bad suit.
She's trying to. He's trying to get her to notice him because he
Yeah.
wants to elevate his position.
Yeah, and
He does
doesn't like she
he
like
does
needs it.
want her to be happy with him, like a child. He wants his
Yeah.
mommy,
Wants her approval.
he wants his mommy's approval.
Hmm.
And that's, I think their dynamic is like a mother-child dynamic.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But yeah, she has been favoring Negan, and he does not like that. I kind of wonder if she hadn't died, if he would have eventually kind of gone against Negan, if he hadn't like tried to get him against her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think that it was starting to piss him off. But Negan was smart with what he did, and
Oh, yeah. Right,
obviously
because Negan knows the Croat very well, and he
yes,
doesn't trust either one of them. So,
yeah,
yeah, no, Croat would have been. See, the whole point of Negan being there is he's the one that told the Dama all about Negan, because she
hmm
doesn't know who Negan is, right? So he did that to gain points with her. Look, I'm bringing this person to you, and he's going to help us.
hmm
But if she starts to like Negan and doesn't like the Croat anymore, then he's going to get angry with Negan because he's going to
yeah.
be jealous.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
definitely think so. I just realized I'm typing to the person in your chat, and I don't think they can see it because it's coming from your chat. I don't know if they can or not, but hi,
Oh,
welcome.
oh,
So at least I think that means they're from your chat. There's a little like link on it. It looks
ah,
different, so I believe that that person is writing in your chat. So
oh, okay.
so welcome, Mike.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, yes. Hi. Hi, Mike.
so sorry, I lost track of what I was saying. I was busy doing that. So yeah, I agree. I think that in a bit, he would probably potentially go against Negan if it kept up that way, if she hadn't have been killed at the end of the episode.
Right.
Thank you, Muncher. Appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So let's see. So after this conversation, I think that we go back to the others. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So they are coming back. I'm not exactly sure if they had gone out to do something wrong, or it's just she knows now to be aware of them. I think that it was just Navarre is kind of being a pain in the butt, but they hold guns on them when they come in. But she starts yelling at them for what's going on. Oh, and she also detained Roxana because she wouldn't follow her. And she's like, I'll let her go once she follows us. And she has no intention of listening to her. But she wants those that group. I don't remember what the group's called, but the group of those people, she wants their support.
She wants them to join the fight so that they could overpower, right, the Barazzi.
Yeah. And she is going to arrest Pearlie because she knows which we knew this was coming. She knows he lied about Negan, and because Ginny told her this. And I was kind of surprised whenever she does this. Maggie's like, "Oh no, Negan's alive, or not alive. Negan's dead. I saw him kill him." And okay, number one, you could tell that Maggie was lying. Number two, I feel like, why would she do that when she knows he's going to get caught eventually?
Right.
I mean, I know she didn't expect Ginny to be the one that did it, but I don't know. Sticking up for him in that moment to me was kind of a dumb plan that wasn't going to work. Like,
yeah, I agree with you, and I think that's a problem with the season. Is they're kind of dumbing Maggie down a little bit. The old Maggie wouldn't have done that. The old Maggie was very smart and shrewd. Yeah, she planned her moves. Sorry?
I said she would have been like, "You're on your own."
Exactly. Well, she actually would have also, she would have planned her moves better, okay? She's acting from pure emotion here. She's so afraid that something's going to happen to Herschel that she's not thinking rationally. She's not being who she used to be. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So she's like gonna arrest her as well, probably, but I think she says to come to her office, doesn't she? Oh, because Pearlie's saying that they found out about the methane and that from Negan, and Negan only trusts Maggie. So he's like, we can fix this. He's, kind of trying to talk his way out of it. And she takes him to her place, her office, whatever you want to call it. And this is where Ginny, hold on, let me picture down. Ginny asks Maggie if she knew she was going to see Negan. And Maggie is honest, and she's like, yeah, but you have a gun. I figured you were going to try to kill him, so I didn't tell you. Like, why do you think I didn't tell you? You're going to kill him. And, I mean, that's fair. And I kind of feel like even if it wasn't Negan, I think that Ginny is trying to protect her and doesn't want her murdering somebody in cold blood, regardless of who it is. I think that she probably is like, this isn't a good plan.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, she was trying to help Ginny. I mean, I know she doesn't want her to kill Negan either, but, she was trying to help her. But she, Ginny is the one, obviously, that sold them out. But
do you think it's strange that Ginny, I mean, here Negan took care of her, right? We don't even know, I mean, how long was Negan with her? Probably 6 months or a year, right? He's been taking care of her. And then all of a sudden she turns against him so quickly, right?
Well, he did tell her he killed her father, but I mean, look, she's a teenager. Teenagers can be stupid. I would think that if this happened with an adult, they would have realized Negan was lying to get her to, to be able to push her away.
Right.
But, she believed him. And like, I get she wants him dead for that reason, but she's not, she's not thinking really straight.
No, she's not.
Maggie knows that the Barazzi have a lot more people and that they can't win against them that easy. And so she asks, Navarro asks Herschel if they can trust Negan, what he thinks, which was kind of surprising to me that she asked Herschel, but he says yes because he thinks that Negan feels like he owes his mother something. And that's when she's like, does your mother owe him something? She starts out. She doesn't outright ask yet about what happens. I believe that's later when she asks.
Right.
If you broke her heart or something like that. I forget what the wording is. But she says she does tell Ginny that she'll let her kill Negan herself, but she wants Maggie to go to Negan and tell him, like, first of all, they don't know that Negan has that much power, so I'm not sure why this would work going to Negan as opposed to going to the Croat, but to go to Negan and tell them that New Babylon surrenders, and then they can, Maggie thinks, ambush them, but she basically is like, well, first we'll get the walkers to take most of them out, so then it'll work. But, smartly, I guess, not that we want her to, but of course she's like, Herschel's staying here because she, for good reason, does not trust Maggie.
Right.
Maggie has, gone against her quite a few times, so that makes sense.
Yeah, she knows that if Maggie thinks Herschel is in danger, that Maggie will do what she wants.
Yeah, exactly. So, sorry, my mouse is being annoying here. Let's see. Okay, so we go back to the Croat, who is looking at what happened with the power going out, and they're trying to figure out exactly what happened. And he finds something, which they don't tell us here what it is. We find out later it's the knife that was Christoph's knife. I'm not even sure if it was supposed to have been that Christoph actually did it or not. That, what to me wasn't super clear, if his people actually did it, or somehow the knife ended up there, or he just blamed him. To me, that wasn't super clear and didn't really matter because they killed him, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
Well, yeah, I agree. Let me just ask you, did we actually see this knife at all before? Because I just remember Christo had this weird cane or something, this walking stick that he had. I don't remember him having a knife. Was
that Bruegel? I thought Bruegel had a walking stick. I honestly don't remember what Christoph had. I just remember Negan slapping him.
He had a walking stick also.
Okay.
But I don't remember a specific knife that he had, unless they cut it out or something. Do you remember a knife?
Yeah, no, I definitely do not remember.
Okay.
But
so what
the thing is, they don't tell us at this point what he found ananyway, so it's
right.
Kind of a moot point.
Well, I have my own theory about this. I don't think Christos. I don't think his group did this. I think Bruegel's group did this, and they framed him
That would make sense. Yeah, because I was going to say Negan, but it wouldn't make sense for Negan to do it. I know Negan's
No.
causing problems, but like, why blame the other group? I don't know though. Negan's doing a lot of shit, so I guess it's possible he did it at that point, not knowing that he was going to want to work with them. I don't know, but it doesn't matter because he ends up killing them.
Well, they showed like in the beginning there was like 4 or 5 people that came in there, and
yeah,
one
and
of
it was
them
so dark you couldn't see who anybody was.
right.
So.
But I think it was Bruegel's people. That's what I think.
No, that definitely makes sense.
You know why? Because Negan probably told Bruegel where the methane is.
Maybe I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as we know, the only person we know he told is Maggie. But you're right; he could have told him for sure.
Right.
So back. Let's see. I lost where I was at. Okay, so sorry, I'm losing where I'm at. Maggie leaves. I just have Maggie leaves. I guess there wasn't much in that scene. Maggie walks out and leaves. So then we go back to Negan, who is like whacking walkers with the bat, which I do approve of this use of his bat. I enjoyed that until they stopped him.
The old Negan is back.
Yeah, well, as long as he's only killing walkers is okay. But he's just kind of, I think, making a big entrance and, trying to look like he knows what he's doing. But he comes in to do that, and then Christoph's, whatever the hell his name is, his people grab him and take him in. And then we switch back. And if I'm going too fast, just, stop me here. But so Hurley is in this, I don't know, room they've locked him in. I'm not sure exactly where it is she locked him, but locked him in this room, and he's with Roxana there. And he's trying to tell her, if you go along with her, she won't kill you. If you don't, they're going to kill you and just pick somebody else from your group, and it's going to make them do the same thing. They'll just keep killing people until one of you agrees, so you might as well go with it. And she basically doesn't care and isn't willing to, go on her side. She'd rather die than fight with them. And then she gives this story, which I don't know that this story was super important, but this whole thing about when she was little, I think it was her uncle, had a bird that he'd have pull riddles out of a box and would decide which one they picked. But you learn later that all of them were exactly the same and that it was just kind of a trick. But he would have them pick one of the riddles to do, and it had to do with like which path they chose. And then she says that he died, I think during the war or something.
Right.
It's part of her explanation to Pearlie about, that's it. It's not important that what's important is that she stays true to herself, I guess, is the idea of that, rather than going with them just to be saved. So then,
here are the dogs. Here are those beautiful dogs.
Yes, I know. They're cute doggies. I mean, they're supposed to be, I think, mean dogs, but like, geez, they didn't do anything, these poor dogs. But anyway, so he comes to talk to Christos and is trying to get him to agree to go in with them to fight New Babylon. And Christos just like threatens them. He takes Negan's bat. Let's see, Negan is more trustworthy than Maggie at this point. Muncher, you were not wrong. Maggie isn't making the best of choices, I think. But I get Maggie's worrying about her son and nothing else. But yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. Negan wants to help this guy once he finds out what's going on. But Christo first tries to make him look bad in front of his people. He wants to look tough, and he's like, "You're not going to intimidate me. We don't want to go with you." And he threatens him with his own bat. But then, I don't know if I got a picture or not, but his kids, there is, I don't know what that. There it is. His kids and his, I don't know, their mother or whatever, come in the room, and he didn't want them in there. He starts yelling at the mother in another language to take them out. But Negan realizes, this guy is just pretending to be tough. He has a family. There's a bunch of kids there. He wants to protect them, and that's the way to get them to be on their side. But also, he doesn't want them to get killed, I think is the point.
Right.
And he thankfully is like, look, I think we've got off on the wrong foot and there's been a misunderstanding. I understand you want to protect them, but look, if you don't go with them, you can do what you want, but he's like, if you go with them, you'll be like, I guess, like in their good graces, and you can choose how things go. But if you don't, they're going to come force you anyway, and you're going to end up getting them killed. So he's basically like trying to get him to do what he needs, but he's trying to protect him. He's not doing it in, just because of Dharma. Obviously, he doesn't give a shit about her, but
Right.
he doesn't want to get the kids and the women killed. So
Right.
he's trying to convince this guy, and I think he did convince him. It just
He did.
doesn't go to plan, obviously. But yeah, he finally had sort of convinced the guy, because he's like, I have somebody. He basically says he has a family too, without saying he has a family too, but it's essentially what he says.
Right.
So then Maggie knocks this guy out, who I guess was one of Navarro's people, I think. I forget.
Yeah, this is one of Navarro's people.
Yeah. She comes to rescue Pearlie and Roxana, and she's like, let's go. We'll go, we'll fight against her. And he's like, basically isn't willing to do that. So she's like, okay, bye, I'll do it myself. And shuts him back in, which I thought was funny. But
that was kind of strange, right?
Yeah, well, Pearlie is willing to do, which is, I thought that his relationship with Navarro's has been odd to begin with, because he was supposed to be above her in this army, and he let her walk all over him, and at this point he's letting her put him in there. Like, he is above her. He probably could have gotten the army's backing if he went against her, but he doesn't, and he's scared to do anything. So she's like, okay, then you guys stay here and I will go take care of it myself. And she locks them back in, which I thought was funny, but that's what she does. And they're like, no. So then back to Christos, we find out he tells him about how he was making bets with Bruegel for the Walker fights.
Right.
And that he kept losing more and more, and because they were losing, they had to keep betting to try to win it back. Which is a pitfall a lot of gamblers get into, but obviously Bruegel was cheating, which he didn't know at the time.
Right.
But so he's worried that, what Negan's doing is just sort of the same thing, trying to screw him over. And this is actually where Negan says, you can control a lot of things if you do what they want and if you join them, and I'm trying to help you.
Right.
And it seems like it's working until, there's his walk. Is that the bat, or is that his
No, that's Negan's bat.
Okay, that's his bat. Yeah. All right. So it seems to be working until there's the dog. I don't know why I took a picture of the dog, other than I like dogs. There's a dog. Poor dog. So then Croat comes in.
Croat starts barking at the dog too.
I forgot he did that. But he's like, he threatens them, and he accuses him of attacking the substation by showing the knife. I don't have a picture of the knife. No, there's a knife.
Yeah, there it is. Right.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he does seem to honestly not know what he's talking about.
Right.
But Negan's like, don't do this. I got it taken care of. You weren't supposed to do this. She kind of saying to him, she sent me here. What the fuck are you doing? It's
That's right.
Like what he's saying.
Right. She didn't want him to go there.
No, she did not. And Negan is trying to reassert control, but without making Croat go nuts again, because he knows that he might do something stupid.
Right.
But it's too late. He's already done something stupid. He's turned the gas on from the methane tanks, and he's basically like, I'm killing all of them because they won't side with us, which he didn't even give them a chance. He didn't threaten them. He's just like, we'll just wipe them out, which is why he's a bad leader and an idiot and should not have been there. And Negan cannot do anything about it because he knocks him out too. Almost knocks him out. They put on gas masks and they get Negan out of there. And this is where I said, obviously, they killed the poor dogs, and we were not happy about. But because in the car, he does tell Negan, oh, don't worry, I didn't kill the women and children for you because I know that's important to you, which I think was totally bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I was more like, but you killed the dogs. Not cool. So, but yeah, he's just, the only thing he cares about is that he thinks they sabotaged the
Croat is very volatile. He can't control his emotions. He gets very emotional, and he acts out. And that, if you want to look at like his mental health, he has an antisocial like personality disorder. He's just someone who just commits crimes and does what he has to do to get to his goal, whatever his goal is. And he'll kill anybody. He'll do whatever he has to do. While the Dama is more level-headed and Negan is more level-headed.
Yeah.
But Croat is all over the place.
Yeah, I was going to say, he definitely does things without thinking them through.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, she told me to come. And Negan's like, really? She told you to kill them? And then you can just tell he gets this look like, oh, shit, I fucked up. That was how I got it,
He wasn't supposed to be there at all.
No, he wasn't. And he now realizes that he made a mistake and he shouldn't have done it. And Negan's like, oh, God, he screwed this up bad. But I think it ends up working in Negan's favor anyway later.
Yeah.
So back at New Babylon, this is where Navarus is talking to Herschel, and she's like, "What did Negan do? Did he break Maggie's heart?" That was the conversation. It's like, "Yeah, sure." And Herschel's like, "No, he killed my father." Like, you really played that card wrong. You messed that part up. But she's like, why didn't she kill him? And instead of answering, he just says that he tried to kill him and, quote unquote missed, which obviously he didn't. He couldn't shoot him. He froze, right. Whatever you want to say, that we saw earlier in the season. But he does it. He talks about it because he's trying to distract her, because he sees that his mother is sneaking in behind her. And she grabs her and puts a knife to her throat, but stupid ass Ginny, who I at this point wanted to slap, because I was so annoyed at her, she's like, no, don't do this. And then she starts, she points the gun at Herschel so that Maggie is forced to stop. Yeah, I mean, again, Ginny's a teenager. All she's thinking about is what she wants, not thinking about the bigger picture. I get it. But it's still annoying to me anyway.
I mean, well, first of all, why would she like all of a sudden be on Navarro's side, right?
I mean, in my personal opinion, I think because she knows that Maggie lied about Negan and she believes that Navarro will let her kill Negan. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I think that is the only reason she's listening to her.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Annoying kid.
Yeah, but she's been angry with Maggie all this time.
She has. And
Maggie's been nothing but nice to her.
She has. But she knows she lied about Negan, which didn't help matters. But, I mean,
before this.
No, I know, I agree.
At the bricks, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think some of it's about Negan. I'm not sure 100% why she's been so mean to Maggie. But, like I said, this did not help. That's for sure. But I just try to remember when I get really annoyed at a character like this that I can sort of forgive some of the stupidity because she is a teenager and they don't think things through. Yeah, I mean, what she's doing is stupid, but like it makes sense. Why she was mad at Maggie before, I don't really have an answer for. But why she's mad at Maggie now is because she lied to her about Negan. So,
but she also turned against Herschel too.
Yeah,
and they were like buddies, I think, for a bit at the bricks, right?
They were, but to be fair, Herschel didn't treat her very nice, though, because even at that one point, remember earlier in the season, like, she's my mother. Let me do it.
Competition. Again, she's my mother. She's not your mother. She's my mother.
Well, I think to be fair, though, I think that Herschel, when Maggie pays attention to Ginny, probably feels jealous because he already feels like Maggie is not listening to him. Right. And then it's like now she's helping out somebody else. And yeah, I understand his perspective a little bit, but not that what he's doing makes sense either.
And Ginny is also jealous because she lost both of her parents. Yeah. She doesn't have any parents. Right. And Herschel has his mother, and she's jealous of that. And I think that's why she's been angry with Maggie. This is how I see it.
It might, yeah.
It's like she's really angry about losing her mom, her dad. So she's taking it out on Maggie. There's no one else to take it out on,
Which, a rational adult would be like, you're lucky you have Maggie.
Yes.
But
Right.
a teenager does not see it that way.
That's right.
Is a bratty teenager. So,
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, she's screwed for right now. But back here, this is where Negan is like, it's too late. You can't fix it. We'll take care. We'll figure it out. I'm on your side. I'll stick up for you. But then he starts saying, she treats you worse than a rat. Why do you let her do that? And it's very clear that. Oh, Karen's watching. I'm like, what is that message for? She knows I'm at the podcast. She's
Karen's watching? Yeah.
She's watching.
Hi, Karen.
No, she's complaining about Doctor Who.
Oh.
She's watching.
Oh.
She texted me. I'm like, why is she texting me? She was No, okay. She watched it earlier though. She was not impressed with this episode, but yeah, she likes it less than I do. So
okay.
But I lost track of what I was saying. Oh, but so this is where he's again saying, she treats you like shit. Why do you put up with it? I have your back. And I mean, like I said, it's clear at this point that he's trying to get them mad at each other, and it's working. He's getting Croat to make more mistakes. I mean, he didn't intend to get those people killed, but he wants him to make mistakes. He wants them to fight, because if they fight and they kill each other, Negan's in the clear.
Right.
And it maybe doesn't go quite as he planned later, but at least she's dead. I guess there's that. But so they go in to talk to, not yet. Okay. First, sorry. He says that he has his back, but then we go first back to Pearlie and Roxana with this conversation they were having
about the bird.
Yeah, which we kind of said. And then she starts saying about like having to choose between your past that couldn't be might not be exactly what you remembered, or a future that you don't know what it's going to be. Is basically what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's not really, I don't think, helping him, but she's trying to be helpful, and she's trying to get through the point that she's not willing to work with them. So there's I think that looks like pyrite. I don't know, but the point was that all of the ones the bird pulled were exactly the same, and that's how he knew what it was going to be, because they were all
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm.
So it was a little trick there. So then back to Croat and Negan and Dama.
I like this scene a lot, actually. This was a great scene.
Yeah, this was a decent scene where Negan is kind of lying he's lying to her and saying, oh, we were surrounded. It wasn't his fault. And I think he totally knows that she's not going to believe his bullshit. I mean, he's just keeping up appearances so that, so that the Croat will think he has his back. But he knows that she knows. And it just makes her mad at the Croat. And she's like, why that he screwed up again, right? And he does yell at her this time and is like, you treat that rat better than me, which clearly he got from Negan saying that. So yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So now Christos and his group are gone. You would think the Dama would be happy anyway. I mean, she didn't want that to happen, but it happened. So good, she doesn't have to worry about them.
But I think part of the problem is they need people to fight New Babylon. If
that's
they kill
true.
them all, they can't fight with them.
Right.
At least that's how I take it anyway.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. Muncher says, so the bird pulled a wire and blacked out an entire city. At this point, I'm convinced the pigeons are running dead city now to cry. Okay, wait. What? Okay, maybe Muncher picked up on something we missed. The bird blacked out the city? I didn't even see a bird. Either I blinked for a second and missed something.
No, a wire. The bird pulled a wire?
Yeah, I missed. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Muncher. Or are you talking about the conversation that she had with Pearlie? Because that wasn't about the power. I don't know. I'm not sure if we missed something or I'm misunderstanding what they're saying. But if it was an accident,
I think he's making a joke.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just making a joke.
Okay, well, I'm dumb and didn't pick up it was a joke. So, but anyway, so she's mad. Was the point of that whole conversation? So then we go back to them outside, and Devoris is going to hang everybody. And I gotta say, I know she's like annoying and a bitch, but I didn't think she was quite this stupid, because I feel like, okay, I get that she's hanging Roxana. I totally understand why. Not that she should, but I mean, I understand why. But if she gets rid of Maggie, they have no way to get Negan in the methane. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
right.
a stupid plan, whether she doesn't like Maggie or not. But it's like, no, because Maggie dared to stand up to her. So, yeah. So she brings them there to hang
It doesn't.
them.
Well, see, like Navarez is like Croat in this way.
Yeah.
Her judgment is very poor, and she's
Yeah.
acting on pure emotion. She doesn't like Maggie, so she'll kill her.
Yeah.
Right?
She doesn't like anybody who defies her. She's like,
That's
you don't
right.
go with me, I murder you.
That's right.
So yeah, she's going to hang them. She does, and she's so smug. I think that's why I was so annoyed. Like, she just got this look like, I won. It's like, no, you didn't. But anyway, she hangs Roxana, who, no matter what she says, she can't get her mad, which I do appreciate that she didn't get upset, because I think that pissed her off more.
Yeah.
Not that it helped Roxana, but it pissed off Navarez. So she's like, go ahead and kill me. And she tells her people, don't be sad. I'm just going to die like all the rest of us. They have that view of becoming walkers. She's not scared.
Right.
So, and Pearlie's kind of like, why is she letting this happen? But she won't agree to help. So she hangs her. And then all the people start like crying because she's dead and moaning, which why? Yeah, I don't know. But they start doing that. And
because they did that when that girl died also.
Yes. I know.
That's like a ritual that they have.
I guess so. It's just kind of weird. But
yeah,
when they do this, there's walkers there.
The walkers broke down the gate at this exact moment.
And what's really bad is all these people just stand there while they get killed. Because again, they don't think that it's necessarily bad to turn into a walker. So they just stand there and let it work. I got a question that one of these people has any brains, but
I mean, I don't care how religious, whatever your doctrine is. If you know that you're going to be eaten in like 2 seconds, I mean, you do something, you fight, you run away or something.
I agree. But no, they all just stand there like idiots and get bit. But regardless, that isn't the part that matters. The part that matters is there's a picture of water. She's intending to hang Maggie. And she has to get away, though, because all these walkers come in. But she grabs Herschel as her shield, which was awful. Like, really? I get you're pissed at Maggie, but now you're using a kid as a shield? Like, really?
Oh, yeah. Awful. That's something that is in her character. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right, Muncher. They're idiots. That's my point. They're like all brainwashed. But anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's putting Herschel in front of her, using him as a shield. And before that happens, thankfully, Ginny decides that it's gone on long enough, and she rescues. And I meant to go back and take more pictures of this, because I don't have a picture of Maggie hanging. Maggie does hang for a second, but Ginny saves her. And then Maggie makes her way to Navarez, but Navarez gets what she deserves and gets eaten by Roxana, which was awesome. Totally what she deserved. I mean,
poetic justice.
It was her that killed her, right? Yeah, exactly. Poetic justice. I agree. So yeah, it did not go well for her, thankfully.
No,
but it's all over now. And now, of course, Ginny is on their side. But we do find out later that Ginny got hurt. We'll get to that in a second. So this is just like really quick, where she sees her rat dead. And she's like, oh no. And I mean, we all knew Negan did it, but she is blaming Croat. So,
well, at first I wasn't sure if Negan did it.
Well,
I didn't
think that he has the guts to do it. That's why I didn't think Croat did it.
Yeah. But I was giving it a little bit of a doubt. I suspected Negan, but I said, okay, let me just see. Maybe Croat is starting to get some guts now, some nerve. Maybe he did do it. He's acting out.
Yeah.
He's acting out. He's very explosive. So maybe, right?
Yeah. No, yeah. I hadn't really thought about that, but you're right. And I think it might have actually been more interesting if Croat did do it, but
Yeah, I think so too.
that's not what happened. So they're back here, like, taking a break. He's looking at the piece of whatever she gave him. And this is where we see Ginny has something. Now, to me, now that I'm looking at that close up, and I can probably zoom in, that
Yeah.
looks like a bite mark to me.
Yeah, I was wondering if she was stabbed or bitten, but
I think it was meant to look so you couldn't tell for sure, but
Yeah.
zooming in, those most definitely to me look like teeth marks.
yeah, I think so, because there were a couple of walkers that were on her.
Yeah,
And one of them, I mean, I noticed it because I watched it a second time, and she was like in pain, and she was like leaning over and touching her side. So the walker definitely had bit her. Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, where it's at, you can't cut it out. I mean, she's done for.
She's
and
done
it's
for.
kind of sad because, like I said, was she annoying? Yes, but she was a kid, and yeah, I do feel bad she got bit. She should have listened to Maggie sooner, though. That's the moral of the story. Listen to Maggie, right?
I'll be honest with you. I don't like her character. They've done nothing to develop her character.
I don't either, but I still feel bad for her just because she's a kid. So, like I said, I'm kind of forgiving her stupidity, I guess, a little bit.
I think you're being too kind.
I probably am. I probably am. No, yeah, I am. This is where Herschel does finally tell Maggie that his drawing was of the Dama. Well, he doesn't say that, but he says of the woman that was with Croat. And he does admit that he also sent the smoke signal. But she asks if he has anything, if she has something over him that's making him do it. And he's like, no, she just listened to me, talked about the city, wanted to get to know me. And again, maybe I am giving him too much credit and saying he's a kid, so I can forgive it. But I just can't believe that he would be that stupid if she hasn't brainwashed him. But the more I watch it, the more I think they're trying to play it off that she has not brainwashed him. But he's pretty damn stupid if she hasn't.
That's right. I agree with you.
Yeah. So.
Well, the fact that she cut off his toe,
which we still don't know what happened with that. And I kind of question now that she is dead. Like I said, we could still have a flashback, but I'm kind of questioning if we will. And I know a lot of times I complain about the writing of this show, and I think they may just never tell us, and we just may never get an answer.
But it's in the trailer though for the season. So that's what I heard. I didn't see it, but I heard that it's in the trailer that you do see that scene.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I honestly, I don't watch a lot of the trailers because I usually have the episode, so I don't think about it, and I don't always watch the previews.
Right.
But no, I did not know that. That's interesting to know. I do hope that we do.
But I don't think.
Out,
but I think that, well, let's get to the scene and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they hear knocking after this conversation, and it is Bruegel, who is out there killing all the walkers. I love Bruegel. He's just great. So
but how the hell did he know they were there and he doesn't know them?
I don't know. I mean, I think that he knows that they're against the other group, and he's kind of like the enemy of my enemy. And I kind of wonder if what you said earlier is partially the same thing with this, that maybe Negan said, hey, go here.
That's what I think.
She'll help you. She's a good person. I don't know, because I hadn't really thought about it until you said that earlier about something. I don't remember what it was. You said it about something else.
I think Negan was the one who masterminded the whole thing. Yeah, I think that Negan told Bruegel where the methane thing is. He told him to go there and cut the wires, and that he was going to frame Christos for it. And he told him where Maggie is. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it wasn't in that one whisper. Obviously, but he got in touch with him later on, right?
I like Muncher's answer, though. He knew because it was in the script.
Yes, I like that.
This is true, Muncher. This is true.
It was in the script.
But at any rate,
but no, it makes sense, right? That Negan orchestrated all of this. I believe that. The point is, because first of all, how would Bruegel know where Maggie is and who Maggie is? He wouldn't know anything.
He wouldn't. You're right. But I guess the part that I like, not that it makes sense in your part, what you're saying is true. but I think that Bruegel will work with her probably just because he wants to go against them because they didn't
Yeah.
do what he wanted. And
Right.
he knows also they know the truth about what he was doing. So yeah, I just think it's funny. Whether it makes sense or not is kind of another issue.
And he
But
may have been following what was going on with the hangings. His group was probably
yeah,
watching everything.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a lot of clout with a lot of people. He has per se, quote unquote, money. I mean, not money, but you know what I mean, like stuff that he probably gets people to do what he wants. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But at any rate, he is there now, and he's.
And
like,
they don't know who he is. They're like,
no,
who
they
is this
don't.
guy?
They don't. All they know is he's killing all the walkers there, which they weren't in trouble with. I think he thought he was helping them, but they really were worried about them. But
Right.
But yeah, that's what happens there. I just wanted to say something. I was thinking about, and this is kind of a sidetrack from what I was saying, but I was thinking about Ginny. The one problem that I worry about with this show is like they have people turn into walkers at different rates. If she was bit, I do hope that this isn't like this long drawn out thing where nobody finds out for a while because she should die pretty soon. And I just wonder if that's not the case.
No, I think in the next episode we'll see it. Yeah. I don't think they're going to drag it out.
I hope not. So then, okay, so the Dama had found out her rat was killed. And he comes in, Croat comes in, and he gets blamed. Well, he does see it. And you can tell he's shocked, but she doesn't believe him. And she's like, you did this. Why would you do this? You just want to be the boss. You want everything. And she's just yelling at him. And he's like, he finally, thankfully, I mean, I like I said, I like that he was like, you do this. You're mean. You pick at me, and you treat me like shit. He finally is saying what Negan's been saying to him in his ear all this time.
Right.
And and then she goes, which I think was even funny too. She goes and bites his finger like we know she did before to that other guy.
Yeah, but he triggered her, right? He triggered her. He said to her, "You act like an empress."
Yeah, you pathetic little queen. Yeah, I forgot about that.
You pathetic little queen, and that was what that writer wrote that play about her.
Yeah,
remember the title was "The Last Empress."
Yeah, I wonder if he used that wording on purpose or it just was to let us know.
I don't think he knew. It just happened to be. So
that is why she bit him. So
she bit him the way she bit the writer who wrote the play about her.
Yeah, and it ends up being her downfall. I think she trips. Does it? It was hard to tell. I think she tripped. But either way, when it happened, he pushes her. She trips. Whatever. But she knocks over. Here's he's yelling at her. I don't know what it is. She knocks something on top of her, and the candle.
Some kind of some piece of looks like a wheel or something. I don't know what it is.
Some kind of furniture or something. And she's like, "Help me, Mila, help me." And I figured he would, but he's like, "Fuck this."
No, he's like, "This is my out. I'm out of here."
Yeah. He's done putting up with her. I was a little surprised, but I liked it. He ran away. He's like, "Nope."
But that's his character.
I know, but I don't know if he thought it through and purposely let her die, or he just kind of freaked out and froze. I'm not entirely sure yet.
I think that first he tried to help her and then he stopped, and he realized this is my out.
Thought about it and then changed his mind.
Yeah, this is my out.
I can be the leader now. So yeah, maybe
exactly.
So then we see Negan scraping the dead rat off his shoe.
Right.
and again, I have a problem that Negan killed the rat, but that's neither here nor there. That was from the promo.
Right.
But yeah, I was not too happy that Negan killed the rat, but I get why he did. And I know the rat. I still don't like when they kill animals.
No, I know. Animals are so innocent. But you see, when Croat looked surprised when he saw the dead rat, that's when I knew for sure it was Negan.
Oh, yeah, you definitely knew at that point.
Now, as far as the Dama's death, I think it was a mistake to kill her off so soon, because we did not resolve that storyline with Herschel. We didn't see the toe being cut off. We didn't see how she influenced him. And okay, they may show it in flashbacks, but you know what? It's not the same. Look at what happened with The Last of Us. They showed us all this flashbacks of Joel after he was dead already. Yeah, it was a
doesn't
nice
have quite the
episode,
same
but
impact.
it doesn't have the same
Yeah,
impact.
I
He's
would agree.
gone already.
I
And
would agree with
here,
that.
she's gone. So if we see her cut off his toe, I mean, it's going to be awful, but she's gone. She's not here anymore.
Yeah, I also don't know that I need to see it. I just want to know why or what the point
Oh,
was.
I don't think they're going to really show it. They're just going to,
Yeah,
you know.
I just would like to know why she did it. If it was to brainwash him, if it was
Oh,
sacrifice.
I think they're going to show us that scene.
Yeah,
Why
we'll
she
find out.
did it, why she told him she was doing it.
I still wonder if she told him he had to give a part of himself to the
Well, that's
cause
what
or
I
something.
think. Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
that could end up being
Yeah.
the case. But I guess we'll find out. Yeah, so that is the end.
So
of
this
the
so this shows that Negan orchestrated everything.
yes,
He did the
Negan
rat,
is a smart one.
and he did the he was the one that put Bruegel's group up to
Probably.
sabotaging it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he
and
wanted to make the Croat look bad too, you see.
yeah, I don't think he could have done the sabotage himself. So I kind of agree that he got them to do it probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just hope we find out. But yeah.
Now in the next episode, did you see the trailer for the next episode?
I saw part of it when we were at the watch party. I didn't pay that much attention. But
So basically,
like I said, the bear was
Bruegel
there. That's what I saw, the bear.
Bruegel wants to make a deal with Armstrong about the methane. He wants to work with them. And Maggie says to Armstrong, you know, what makes you think you can trust him? So that was part of the plan. Negan probably said, you want the methane? This is where they are. This is what we're going to do.
Do you think they can trust him? I mean, I kind of feel like Bruegel is just an opportune guy. Like, he'll do what will ever help him.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, but I feel like if it benefits him, he'll help them. And
I agree.
People. And I think they can trust him as long as it's in his best interest.
Yes, I agree.
If it ends up that it hurts him, he may screw them. But otherwise, I think they might be okay.
Oh, yeah. As long as they do what he wants and he's on board, I think he'll be fine with them. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Bruegel. I like Kim Coates. I want to see more of him. So
yeah.
He's funny too.
He'll be the next villain the next season, probably.
He might be. If they get another season, he might be. I don't know if it's been renewed or not. Has it been renewed 2 seasons?
No, not yet. Not yet.
One of the shows they renewed 2 at a time. So it was
The Last of Us.
No, I mean one of the Walking Dead ones when they had one of the spin-offs, they renewed 2 at a time. It might have been
Daryl Dixon.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might have been the other show.
They're filming it. They're filming it now. Daryl Dixon. They're filming the 4th season now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think as long as the actors want to come back, they'll have another one. They're gonna keep milking the
Well,
IP.
but I don't know. But the ratings are not so good for this season, so I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I guess my question would be: the ratings may not be good for Walking Dead, but are they good for the network compared to other shows? Probably.
Maybe.
But I really don't know. That's a guess. I would think it would come back. I mean, as long as it comes back, and I'll probably keep watching it. I'll keep complaining about it as I watch it, but I'll keep covering them. I'll keep watching them. For the most part, they do at times annoy me, and like I said, I do hate watch sometimes. Maybe not quite as much as Karen does.
Right. I mean, my issue is with the writing.
Yes.
I mean, the characters
great. The acting's
characters are great. The actors are great. If they had good writers, this show would be fire. It would.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Most of the time, almost all the time, the acting's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think at the beginning of the regular show, I think Negan was too over the top, but I don't believe that was Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I think that was the direction he was given.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because he's not like that now.
No.
And,
no.
Yeah. And, he's actually, I think because he's a good actor, like as much as I said at the beginning, I had to get over what happened for me to accept that him and Maggie would work together.
Yeah.
And kind of suspend that disbelief. And at this point I have. And I think him being charismatic helps you get over it because you like him. Like just because I like Jeffrey Dean Morgan and I like the character he's playing now.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I like the Croat. I think he's great. I really find him very amusing, and he's very entertaining, and he's very interesting.
Yeah, he definitely is more interesting than I think the Dama was. I did not like her that much from the beginning. Not the actress, just the character, the way.
But again, that's a writing issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think she was written as
Because
a good villain.
I mean, she's a great actress in Ozark. She was wonderful in Ozark. She played a
Right.
drug dealer, and she was so great. If
Yeah.
they had a good writer develop an interesting character for her, it would have been great.
Yeah, I think it would have done better. I didn't love her the first season, and I think that so I was already like predisposed to not liking her character. Again, the writing of her character. I mean, I haven't seen the woman's other work, but she seems like she's a good actress.
Oh, you
It's
have to see
really,
Ozark. Everybody was raving about her on
really,
Ozark.
yeah,
When
what
everybody
was
heard she was coming on this show, they were saying, "Oh, just the way they spoke about Kim Coates, they were speaking about her." The
Oh,
same
okay,
thing.
I see. Yeah, he's great.
Uh, yeah. Well, he was in Sons of Anarchy. I never
Yeah,
watched that. Did you watch
I
that?
watched pieces of it when I covered it and did interviews. I didn't
Okay.
watch it on the regular just because it wasn't my type of show. I mean, it was good when I watched it. I just not my type of show.
Right.
But yeah, he's great. I think most of the cast is good.
They're
The
great.
younger ones aren't as good as the older ones, I would say, but that's I think just because they need more practice. You know what I mean? Like it's not that they're bad. I think it's just also that the ones that are really good, so they kind
Yeah.
of overshadow them a little bit.
But I have to say, I
yeah,
like
I mean,
the actor that plays Herschel. I've come
he's
to
getting
like him.
better. He's getting a lot better.
I didn't like him last season
He
at
was
all.
more whiny last season, but again,
Yeah.
also the writing. But
And it's interesting, in this episode, he showed a certain sensitivity that
yeah,
reminded me of Glenn. It's like he
Yeah,
was
kind of.
channeling Stephen Young. You know, he was channeling him.
A
I
little
thought
bit,
it was
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's doing a lot better. But I like, yeah, I like the cast. I really, and I've said before, I really like Kim Coates in this, role. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's kind of over the top, but in a good way. Not in like the way Negan was at the beginning. This is like
No.
over the top, like I'm better than you, and it's going to be to my benefit. Like it's
That's
just,
right.
it's
That's
cool.
right.
I like him.
But they can't
now-
have the Croat and Bruegel together, though.
Probably
One of
not.
them is going to have to go, and I think it's the Croat.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, the actress who played Navarez was good too. She just
I
was
liked
annoying,
her.
but you were supposed to hate her. I mean, she was annoying because she was supposed to be annoying, not because
She was on Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
She was great.
I have not seen that either, but I know.
That's a great show. Great show. I liked her a lot in this show. Actually, I would have liked to have seen her a little bit more on the show, but okay, they killed her off. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I wanted her character to die, but again, that was the character, not her.
Right.
I think that you were supposed to want her to die because I know earlier Kimberly said in the chat when we were during the watch party, "Is it bad that I'm happy?" It's like, no, I wanted to go too. I was happy. That was what you were supposed to be happy. She bit it.
Yeah. She got what she got what she deserved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. Do you have anything else? I think we went through everything, unless you have something to add. I think
there are a lot of spoilers out. I heard, and it's funny. I heard some of them because I'm not going to say them.
Yeah,
I heard some of them. No, of course not. No, I heard some of them. And this episode debunked most of them anyway. So these spoilers, somebody just made them up.
The problem is you never know if they are or not. I'm just thinking of Doctor Who. I don't know if you watched Doctor Who, but
no, I haven't watched it.
Spoilers that I think probably 99% of the people that read did not believe and thought it was crazy talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy talk.
Well, I remember with From, I was so upset. I was on somebody's channel, and in the comments, somebody spoiled the entire thing for me.
Oh yeah,
I said, and they told me everything that happened. Everything in 2 sentences, everything was killed for me.
I understand that some people like spoilers and like to look them up. And
I don't.
Read rumors, and if they want to do that, that's their business. But when you're going around spoiling people on purpose that don't want to be spoiled, that's not cool.
No, it's not cool.
Leaks are not cool. Like I think rumors are fine. Like if you've got rumors or something that's going around, like somebody watched it film or something, that's fine. But when people are like purposely like illegally leaking like videos or scripts or whatever, that's not cool either.
No.
And that should not be I don't think should be tolerated. But people do what they're going to do. But yeah, when they're trying to force people to be spoiler because they think it's funny to screw you over and tell you and make you upset, that's just not cool.
Yeah, they're trolls. They're trolls.
And I don't do that. I'm always very, very careful. I don't spoil things, and because I hate that. And like I was upset after I read those Doctor Who spoilers when I found out that they were true because I had known it and it kind of ruined it for me. But it was my own fault. I read them. I mean, I was the dumbass that went and read it. I was looking for something else and I kind of found it accidentally. But if you go on social media before the finale, it's kind of like
you got to stay off all social media. Always.
Well,
I mean, when
I don't worry as much because a lot of times, I mean, I hadn't obviously seen it, but with a lot of things, I have seen them. So like, I don't worry as much because people can't spoil me as easy. But yeah, I kind of ruined it for myself. So that is the way it is.
But with Dead City, I was just curious. Usually, I don't want to know about spoilers at all. But this time, I was a little curious. I'm like, okay, let me hear it. And
well, that's good if it turned out not to be true.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I don't know. Like I said, I saw the promo when we were doing the watch party. I didn't even pay that much attention, but I know it had the bear in it. That's all I remember was the bear, because it's kind of sticks out. And
so whose bear is that? Bruegel's? Is that Bruegel's bear? I mean, well,
somebody keeps messaging me. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to find out. I ain't gonna tell you one way or the other. I'll have to watch.
No, of course. But I'm just wondering, how could a bear end up in Manhattan?
That's what I said to you. I don't know. The fact that a bear is in New York is kind of funny. Unless maybe it escaped from a zoo or something. I guess there could be. Yeah, but it would have been dead by now. There's no.
Yeah, the walkers would have gotten it.
Dead.
Yeah.
Walking Dead. It could have been survived there somehow for the past 10 years or whatever. But yeah, I don't have an answer to that.
It's like King Ezekiel with his tiger.
Yeah, but to be fair, Ezekiel kept it as a pet. And
Exactly. He protected it. It wasn't walking in the wild by itself,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think animals can turn though, right? Have we established they can't? We've never seen them turn anyway.
No.
So.
But that would be interesting if that happened. But no, they don't do that on this show.
I don't know that they should though. If they haven't, like, I don't want them to change the story and do that if it hasn't happened. I didn't think it did. I was just trying to remember, because I know we had talked. I think it was last week about did they eat animals and it's like they have.
The walkers will eat anything that's living. They'll eat anything.
They would prefer human brains, I guess. Is the idea.
They prefer human flesh, but they'll eat anything.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Anybody have any questions for us in the chat? Any comments about the episode? Did you like the episode? We should do a poll.
I'm just looking for a better picture than the goat one than the dead rat.
Are you able to do a poll, Jamie?
Yes, I think so. If I go directly in YouTube, let me figure it out. I've done it before. I just got to figure it out. Let's see. Start a poll. Okay, what are we putting for the poll?
Yeah. So is it yes, no, or meh, like in between?
Okay, we can do that. Okay, guys, let us know what you think. And I believe that you can vote after we disconnect, can't you, still?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, we'll let it run.
We should vote too. So let's see.
You cannot. I know one thing. They will not see it on your channel, unfortunately.
Okay, that's okay.
It only shows. I don't know. At least I can't vote. It must be because I'm logged in. Because all it shows me is yes and 0%. That's what I see out of it.
Oh.
So I don't know. It should work for everybody else, though. If it's not working for you guys, let me know. But it should work as long as you're on our sci-fivision YouTube. And if you're on Laurie's YouTube, then tell us in the chat. We'll still see your vote. I was just going to say, I think that this obviously using StreamYard worked out a lot better, and everybody.
Oh yeah, no, this is great.
Yeah, and it's nice we can see both the chats. Like I said, I don't know if they can see my responses and the ones on mine can see your responses. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I see both of our. Both of our chats are
cool.
together here, so that's
okay.
Good.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it replied to both of them, but I guess I just know they can't see the polls because we had that problem before when we had a guest on I guess co-host before.
Nobody is voting. Come on, guys.
Somebody voted. It says yes 100%.
Oh, one person.
At least
Okay.
one person. I don't think I can see. Oh, wait, there, I can see. Yes, one person voted. Come on,
Okay.
guys. You need to
Come on,
vote.
guys. Let's do the poll and see what you thought of the episode.
Yeah, we're just curious if you liked it or not. Yeah. So do you have what do you have for videos going up on yours? I know you don't do as many lives, but what do you have coming up?
I'm going to do a video on this episode. I did one on last week's episode. That's up already. And right now I'm just covering this show right now. I'm not really covering anything else at this point.
Oh,
but
cool.
the bear is coming out at the end of June. And I don't know if you have
like that. I have not seen it now.
Yeah, the first 2 seasons were amazing. The 3rd season, wasn't that great. This is the 4th season now. And I'm really hoping the 4th season is good. If it is, I'll cover it. But the bear is really, I know it sounds like a weird show about a restaurant.
Yeah.
But it is so interesting. It is so
I'll have to
crazy.
I don't know. I think I need to just bite the bullet and do like a live by myself on something, because part of the problem is a lot of times like I want to talk about something, but I'm like, well, I gotta find somebody who will cover it with me, and it's like just do it yourself. But I don't know. I just don't like the idea of doing a live by myself. I forget.
Well, like the Librarians, you got AJ to help you.
Yeah, he helps me. Although this week Scarlett's going to do it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just not. I got to just do it. I was thinking of last night doing Doctor Who by myself, but I ended up not doing it. I ended up writing my review and recap instead.
Wait, we got a chat from Mike. Mike, you said the first season was great. Which show are you referring to, Mike?
I'm guessing probably Bear, I would think. But maybe
The Bear? Let's see which one he's talking about.
Let us know which show. But yeah, I don't know. I need to do something on my own, because I don't like doing the breakdown videos that aren't live. It's too much work. Although I've been, not that people need to know this, I'm just like now kind of talking shit that nobody cares about. But I've been learning to use DaVinci, the video editing program.
I actually want to learn that. I heard it's great.
It's hard, but if you get, and again, I don't know that I'm going to do that, but if you get the studio pay version, you actually can edit by transcript. So you can just like type the part you want and it'll automatically cut it. And not only that, but you can have it like somehow like automatically cut each part, so like you only have it once. Like you can make like talking head videos, like get rid of the parts in between. You can get rid of all the ums and the and stuff. But
you can do that with CapCut also, but the paid version of CapCut.
Yeah, that's still expensive though. I don't know, $20 a month.
Is that for DaVinci?
No, I mean CapCut's $20 a month.
CapCut's $10 a month.
They changed it. You might, or well, either that or you don't have the higher plan. There's like 2 plans now, I guess.
Oh, okay.
There's like the professional ones more. I don't know, but right now I'm using DaVinci and it does everything but the AI stuff on the free version pretty much.
Oh, well, that's good.
The fun stuff I want to try. I can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been thinking of doing that to maybe make some breakdown videos and make it easier, but I don't know. I think I do better with lives. I'm better when I just talk. When I try to plan it out, it takes me way longer.
Yeah.
And I know you know how hard it is. But yeah. It's
very time consuming. It really is.
It is.
Oh, Mike says he was talking about the Bear and the Librarians. Oh, okay. Very cool. Yeah, the Bear, the first season of the Bear was fantastic. Fantastic. The second season of the Bear was great too. There was one episode in particular, which did I mention it? Did I talk to you about it?
Yeah, you said
I did.
We're talking about it, but I still haven't seen it, so I don't know.
It was the fishes episode. It was the Christmas episode.
About that, yeah.
It is hilarious. It is funny. It is so funny. You want a good belly laugh? That's a fantastic episode to watch because it's outrageous. You know who's in that episode? The guy John Bernthal, who played Shane on The Walking Dead. He's in that show. He is funny. He plays like Shane. He's really funny. And then Jamie Lee Curtis was in that episode. Sarah Paulin, uh, the guy from Better Call Saul, Bob, what's his name, Odenkirk,
Yeah.
and John Mulaney, the comedian. They were hilarious. They were great. It was such a great episode.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out if I ever get time. I have so little time to watch extra TV anymore lately that I never get to watch the things I keep.
If you could just watch that one episode,
yeah,
I mean, it's great. It's so great. I would highly recommend that. It's in the second season, like, I don't know, the 9th or the 10th episode or 8th episode. It's towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm sure if you look, it probably tells you what episode on your maybe database. But
yeah,
I don't know. I usually
it's called The Fish. It's called The Fishes. The Fishes.
I see. I was going to say, as for the Librarians, the original series is good. The movies are good. I like the new one, but I liked the original too. Yeah, but we're doing those live streams.
But the Librarians you're doing, is that season 2 or is that a different?
No, it's season 1. It's the Librarians the Next Chapter. It's a spinoff. It's still made by the same group of people, and it's good. It's like a lot like the original. At least I feel like it felt like the original.
Okay.
But yeah, we have to recap our week so people know what's coming. And also, I did finally make a channel in Discord for our schedule, so it's posted if people want to see the schedule, and I'll update it as we go. But tomorrow we do not have, obviously, Walking Dead because we did it tonight. But tomorrow we still have Midnight Murderbot, or clearly Murderbot, at midnight, 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night, and well, I guess technically now it's tonight because it's past midnight. But and that, and of course, we have the watch party at 11 in Discord. But that's at 12, and then on Tuesday we have our roundup show, Fandom Access, where we'll have Doctor Who season finale and crazy shit that went down, and Surreal Estate, and I'm not sure if we probably have other. Oh, well, Karen and I usually talk a bit about Dead City. I know we talk about it obviously now, but we usually talk a little bit about it,
right?
And a little bit about Murderbot, and then on Thursday at 11. We have, and of course, 10 o'clock the watch party, but at 11 we have Librarians the Next Chapter that Scarlett and I will be breaking down. Now that she is back, she was not able to do it this week. That's why AJ helped me out. But she'll be back, and of course, she's also part of Murderbot. But yeah, there's the thing is there's some things like I want to do, and I know people don't necessarily want to do separate coverage shows. Like I'd really like to do Revival when it starts because I really like that. But I don't know if I'll be able to dedicate a week, once a week to it, because I know we'll cover it on Fandom Access, though. And also Resident Aliens coming, too. But,
right.
As I always tell people in Discord, let me know what you want to see us cover, if there's stuff you want to hear about. But otherwise, we fit them into Fandom Access. And also, I have a channel in Discord. I don't know what the name is before I say that. It's under community, I think. Yeah, I just named it General Submit Questions, where you guys, when I do an interview, if you want to submit questions for the cast and that, you can. Tomorrow, or today, I keep saying tomorrow, it's today now. I have Resident Alien. So if anybody has any questions for that talent, and you either post them on X or in Discord, I might be able to ask them. I don't have tons of time with them, but.
What interviews do you have coming out?
Well, that's for Resident Alien. It's with most of the cast and the producer. I don't know what else I have. That's like the one main thing was the 2 sci-fi shows I just did Revival. I don't think I have anything else confirmed yet. There's other things I'm trying to get, but not that are.
What about Dead City? You had a panel interview, right?
Yeah, I did a roundtable for Dead City, but that was at the beginning of the season. They don't do a whole bunch of those through the season. They do. I mean, they do with some of the bigger outlets, but I generally don't.
Did you do a video on that already?
Not a video, because usually AMC does not let you do videos.
Oh,
they usually do not. But I do have more Better Sister coming out. I have more Librarians coming out, and I have more Murderbot interviews coming out. So those are things I have done that are just not up yet.
Okay.
Let's see. There's something else I think I'm forgetting. I'm like blanking on. Oh, Phineas and Ferb. There was a roundtable for that too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so stuff coming up. Just needs more video editing. The video editing takes a while, but those will be up. So make sure you guys check the videos on sci-fivision as well as the live streams. Yeah.
Okay. What about Duster? Did you see Duster?
I saw the first episode, the majority of it. I need to go back and watch the rest of the episode. I did not. I mean, it was good. I liked it, and I love Josh Holloway, but it's not really my genre.
Yeah.
So I didn't like fall in love with it or anything. I had really hoped to because I like J.J. Abrams too a lot.
Yes.
Lost. But yeah, it isn't really my genre, so I just didn't get totally into it that much. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it yet, but I like Josh Holloway also.
Yeah, I do too. It's fun.
I know that Julie and Scarlett are gonna have it on Monday nights, I think.
Yeah, I just don't really, I'm not going to watch it enough that I would bother covering it.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm curious what people want to see live streams of, because sometimes I feel like we talk and I'm like, are people actually watching? Or but I do really like Revival. I think a lot of people are going to like that. I'm enjoying that so far.
Well, Stranger Things is going to come back soon, right?
Yeah, but not till fall. That's a while away. Sandman's coming a little bit sooner. Oh, also, I know something I did watch that was good. I wanted to write up a review, but I haven't yet. Department Q started. Well, I guess it's all available. It's Netflix. It's good. I really enjoyed that. Oh, Muncher.
That's funny. Like reimagine Victor.
That is funny. It's not completely untrue either, now that I think about it.
Victor? Why Victor?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure why. I don't think he really looks like Victor, but I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of funny though.
Well, I mean, he is older, right? I mean, on Lost, he was a lot younger.
He's older than he was on Lost.
Yeah,
clearly.
yeah.
He does look older,
that's funny.
He's still Josh Holloway. He's still good looking. His hair's a little weird for the show, but it's different.
That's what I heard.
We couldn't figure out what was different about.
What's with his hair?
I think it's like flat ironed. I think is the only thing I could figure is I think it's like to make it look like it's in the 70s. That was my guess. I mean, it may be a wig. I'm guessing it's probably a wig. But I don't know. I guess he kind of doesn't look a little bit like Victor. The actor that plays Victor though is good looking. They kind of make him look different on the show.
Yeah, they do.
He's good looking.
Right.
But
Holloway looks like Victor and Duster with the long hair.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about it. He does a little
Muncher, that's hilarious.
I know, it is funny, but I guess he kind of does a little bit. Like, not like Victor, like the actor, I'd say. I wouldn't say like Victor. I'd say like the guy who plays Victor. Maybe.
The actor, yeah.
But yeah, I do want to watch the end of that. I just, like a lot of things, I haven't had a lot of time. I still got stuff I got to watch yet tonight before I can go to bed.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Alrighty. So does anybody have anything else to say, or we're just going to wrap it up now?
We can wrap it up. I was going to see what people voted. We got 3 votes. Everybody voted yes. So thank you guys who voted. I'll leave the poll open. I don't know if you guys can still vote after we hang up, but we'll leave the poll open.
Oh, that's great that you got 3 votes.
Yeah, we got 2 votes. But thank you everybody for coming. I hope you guys seem to like when we go off topic. So hopefully we didn't bore you talking about other shows. I don't know. They seem to like that. I've gotten feedback that they like when we talk shit that has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, so, yeah, because it's like real life,
No, yeah, I'm good with that. I can talk a lot.
Yeah, me too.
To talk to. But yeah, I will see everybody, I guess.
Wait, let me just ask you about the poll because I don't see it now. Everybody voted yes?
Yeah, 3 people voted. I don't know if it'll tell me who. Let me see. I tell who?
No, we don't need to know who, but they all voted yes.
I know. I was just curious who voted. It doesn't tell me anyway. Yeah, the 3 people voted yes.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Muncher. I'm glad that you enjoy the live stream. I'm sorry that I can't go 9 hours like Jolie did.
Sad is part of the night.
Yeah, that we're leaving. He means.
Oh.
I think it's a he. I apologize if I'm wrong.
Well, we'll be here next week.
Yes, we'll be here next week. I will be on tomorrow again. at midnight, getting not enough sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. In the meantime, if people want to, I would be interested in maybe talking about Doctor Who if people want to hear it. I've kind of hesitated with Doctor Who to do it too, though, because like I'm such a huge fan, but at the same time, I have not seen the classics, so I kind of feel like people want to hear about a lot of the stuff from the classic series, and I don't really know about that because I have not watched them all yet. So but I have quite a lot to say about the finale. Probably will not get enough time on Tuesday to say everything because I know Karen and AJ don't like to talk about it as long as I do because I have a lot to say about that.
Then you should do streams on it. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I just had the season finale, but I was thinking I might do something if people want to hear it, and so that way at least I get all my. Some of it's frustration. Some of it I liked. Some of it I'm confused why they did it. Other things, yeah. It was a crazy season finale. Very, very crazy. That's all I'll say in case people haven't seen it. I don't want to spoil it. And if you haven't seen it, don't go online reading about it because you will be spoiled very badly and wish you hadn't read it. So, yeah, don't do what I did. All right. Well, I guess that is it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Make sure.
Thank you, everybody. It was great. It was a great review. Great time spending with all of you.
Yes. I had a lot of fun. I just sometimes feel like this show doesn't go is like there's not as much to go deep into like you can some shows, you know.
This episode there was a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there was more.
Because a lot happened.
Yeah.
I just wish the writing was a little tighter because it could have been epic this episode. Yeah. Imagine if this was Games of Thrones or if this was on HBO, for instance. You know, this would have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
But they just don't have they're lacking some components to make it epic, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
What are you going to do? Yeah. Anyway.
It wasn't a horrible episode. I mean,
no.
I didn't dislike it too much. I didn't love it, but I didn't dislike it either.
So. No, I didn't dislike it either. But we'll see. Maybe next episode will be even better. We'll see.
All right.
Did you see the last two yet, or you didn't?
I've seen one more.
Okay. So. All right. Well,
all righty.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see you soon. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out Laurie's channel as well if you haven't, if you're watching from mine. And yeah.
And like and subscribe to Jamie's channel as well if you're on my channel. And we'll see you next Sunday, same time.
Yes.
Okay, everybody. Same time, same channel.
Yeah, we're on both of them now. It's working.
Right.
It worked. Yay.
It worked. Yay. It worked. All right, guys. Have a great night. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.